Every business needs to be online. You need to have some sort of presence online. So within our software, we're happily giving you as many websites and funnels as you want. The difference between a website and a funnel is that websites contain information about your business. They've usually got an about page, maybe a sales page and a thank you page, and maybe even a blog page or an e-commerce site, etc., etc. That's great for a website. Funnels, a little bit simpler. You literally want to walk somebody through a step-by-step process. So you cannot get to step 2 without going through step 1. Usually this is known as an opt-in form or a lead magnet or something. You want to give them a PDF or something of value in exchange for their email address or their name and phone number, etc. Once they do that first step, they get to step 2, and then you can continue that conversation, maybe book them onto an appointment, get them onto step 3, which is the thank you page. So that's a funnel, is literally going through specific steps. A website is where you can jump about, get information from the different pages of your site. Within our software, you can have as many of either as you want. So happy days. Even if you don't know how to build websites at the moment on WordPress, or for example, you can still build your website or your funnel using our drag and drop builder and even from your templates. And that's the page I'm on right now. So don't get overwhelmed with what I'm looking at, but I'm going to show you how simple it is to build and manage your website through our software. So simply, you can browse the categories, see what categories work best for you. There's lots here. Let's go for a health and wellness one. So clicking over to health and wellness, you can see there's some options up here. You can literally go through whichever one speaks to you. Whichever one, when you're looking at them, you can just click on that little eye icon. It'll pop up a small preview. Now it's a little bit squashed because it's kind of like 3/4 of the width of the screen, but it gives you a good idea of what your site might look like. So you can take a quick look around the preview of it. Just scroll up and down, have a quick look. But again, if you're generally happy with it, we're going to change a lot about it anyway. So just click continue, and that's going to set up your template on a website. As you can see, there's 4 pages getting put into this website already. Nice and simple, and we're on our home page. So pre-built, it's not exactly how you might want to have it, but you can change everything about this page. That's the beauty of a template. We start with a template in mind. So you can change this image here. You can change the call to action button here, what it says. But simply, you can see as I move my mouse across the screen, you can see these little boxes appear around the content. So you get elements. This orange one is elements. The one just outside that are rows. And the one outside that is sections. So you can see here, they're built up in sections. So when I add an element, you can either add a section, and that is a full width section. If you think of that edge to edge of the screen, that's a section. You can't add more things in, and that's just how wide you want it to be. Do you want the content to go right to the edges? Do you want it to be nice and thin in the middle and nice and concise? Don't worry about being mobile friendly at this point, because it will become mobile friendly. Just choose on a desktop screen, do you want it to fill the width, or do you want it to be quite thin? So that's where you choose the width of your section. Next one is your rows, whether you just want a single column. So within that section, do you want just one column? So again, all the content will just be one big bit together. Or do you want 2 columns, 3 columns, 4, 5, or 6, etc. You can choose how many columns go into that section. And within the rows and sections, you then have your elements, and you can add as many of these as you want as well. So you have text options right at the top here. You've got your form options. You can have buttons. You can have your blog posts, your categories, media, like your image sliders, videos, FAQs. You can add code in, embed code from other places, surveys, calendars, reviews. Everything is in here that you might need for your website and for your funnels. So funnels and websites are built exactly the same way, and obviously the order form as well if you're going to sell something online. But you can see everything down here. You can have global sections, so that literally if you change a header on one page, it will mirror it throughout the entire section, global templates, etc. as well. And you can even add on your e-commerce store. So you can see different things down the left-hand side, but I'm not going to go into an in-depth explanation on how to use this. Along the top, you've got a few options as well. So just layers, that just shows you how the kind of page is made up. I don't use that too often, but it's there. The different pages you've got. So again, when I click on that, you can see we've got the home page, home clone page, home clone clone, home clone clone clone. So there's 4 pages in this website that are kind of pre-built for you, and you can play about with them. So that could be the home page, the about us page, the services page, the contact us page. You can add on more pages like the thank you page or the e-commerce site, etc., etc. Really, really simple to do. If you need to add any tracking code, like your Facebook pixel or your Google things, you can put in tracking code up there. But again, that's if you know what you're talking about. Custom CSS, again, is for those that know what you're talking about. You've got different things on the top. I won't go too in depth, but typography and background. This is a great one here, though, the pop-up settings. On each page, you can have a pop-up. So You know what these are on websites. Literally, if you go down here and click this Get Started button, you could trigger it to open a pop-up as opposed to take you to a new page. So you click that Get Started button and then this pop-up appears. So just now, it's a placeholder video. Obviously, this is just in this template. You can change that video or make it a form, make an inquiry form, make it whatever you want it to be. Maybe it's a little kind of mini call to action. So it's like, are you interested? Yes. Opens a pop-up and then it's going to enter that form to kind of get the details. So you get a few different things there. You've got your SEO metadata if you want to add that into your website so that it's found, keywords, and obviously what appears in your search engine results. These are the things you can control from there, and obviously custom codes, cookie consent banners, and different things like that. Here you can flip between desktop and mobile, so that's what I was saying before. Don't worry about mobile or desktop sizes at the moment because everything becomes mobile friendly. When you click over to that, you can see what it looks like on the mobile phone. So again, we definitely recommend changing over the content on this one. Definitely built for more desktop here, but you can see how the content of the text is nice and mobile friendly. So again, you can change absolutely everything in this. And in terms of the actual content itself, if you wanted to change this invest in your health text, it's simply click in there and change it. Change this to anything you want. Click off, and then when you press save or publish, that's when it gets saved or saved in the background and not published live. So say you want to make a few changes, make sure you're happy with it, and then publish everything at once. You can save it while your current website online stays active. It stays as it is, it doesn't change anything. But you can make the changes, press save, it doesn't get pushed live. So that's the two differences there. You can save it, you can publish it, and you can also preview outside of this kind of builder in a new tab what your website will look like. So you can preview that just by pressing that little icon, the icon. But going down here, again, everything is done in elements. So when you click on the elements, so say we want to fix this button. So this getting started button. So you can see the button on the right, the content on the right, sorry, is all about the button now. If I click on the text here just above it, you can see that the element on the right changes to headline and it's all about the text. So it's whatever the element is surrounded by with that orange box shows you what you're going to be working on. So if we wanted to change this button, we can change how it looks. We can change the color of it. So I'm just going to choose a random blue. There we go, nice and simple. You can factor in the letter spacing, the font size, the font weight, etc. So you can change the icon to whatever you want. So let's check that out and you can put in whatever you want. You want the yin yang symbol at the end of your button? Absolutely fine. You just click on that and there you go. And you've got that icon there. So change it to whatever you want. You've got the button alignments. And this is very similar for almost every element in here. Obviously, the features and the settings can change as you go through each separate one. So a form might be different from a checkout, different from a button, different from text, etc., etc. You get different things. But with most of these, you've got things like margins and padding. So you can edit how much margins there are between the elements above, the elements below, left and right. Super, super simple. The only thing that we can talk you through, because every website is going to be different, is most will have one of these element bars at the top being their navigation. That can sometimes be a little bit more confusing because it's a little bit more information in it. However, it's very simple once you get used to it. You just work your way down the navigation menu. You can see the background color, what color you want it in the mobile background, and then the 4 different elements here. When you add items to your navigation, again, this is usually as a global element, so you update this here, it's going to update on all the pages. Simply click on the little pencil icon, open it up, and the title will be home if you want to make it go to the home page. And you can either go to a page, which means you'll pick a page within your website to go to, and you just simply select from the drop down. So you've got home, about, services, and contact. Or you can go to a URL. So say you want to go externally to a sister website you've got elsewhere that's not part of this website. You can just simply get an element within your navigation, go to a different website. So again, that's a brief overview how simple it is to create your website. And again, within this, you've got forms, you've got surveys, you can add all that in, so you can literally collect your leads and the contact forms, sign people up and send people to your price. I mean, here's your pricing plans at the bottom here. So get started, you can have that get started button open to a pop-up or straight into that checkout, so you can start that process of buying from you. And that's where the real magic happens, because again, we're going to track who pays, and manage your clients for you as well. All right. Hope that answers your questions, but please do get started. Enjoy the 7 days free trial, get in about it, and give it a go. And we look forward to helping you go further.